and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel, I do planner and planner related videos, DIY tutorials, budget videos, and the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll always be notified of when I load a new video. Commenting, liking, and sharing this video on your favorite platform does help my channel grow and would be truly appreciated. So I believe this is number 4 of Repurpose Your Planner video series that I've been doing. If you are new to this particular series, I did purchase an academic planner on sale from Walmart, and this would be the 4th project that I'm doing to use up that planner because I didn't actually need a planner. So what I'm going to be using is some of those sheets that I cut off in video number 2. I'll link the playlist to this series below. So I'll use one of these, and then I also need a full sheet. And luckily I still have some because the planner ran from August to July. And since I didn't pick it up until October, I didn't use any of those earlier months. Now it's a bit messy here. It's after work. You guys know how that is for me, but we'll get through it. Now you can certainly just cut this by hand, but I am awful at cutting things by hand, so I just use my paper cutter. Now normally I'd say cut the big piece of paper down to the same size as this. Now this is actually a little short than a regular half sheet skinny classic size. I cut it a little short. I didn't realize it at the time, so I'm going to do the same with this big sheet where I'm going to cut it an inch from the top and an inch from the bottom. But if you do have half sheets that you're using, then you're going to want to cut it so that it measures around that. I think this is just easier than going into like centimeters or whatever. Okay, and we won't need that again, I don't think. And then this is the days of the week side, and you basically would choose which side you want. I think, actually for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a bead of glue down here. And you're probably wondering, what in the world? Cunning plan, guys. Cunning plan. Okay, so just along the bottom of the big form or the big page, and you do want to avoid the umbrellas. You don't want to get too close to that, so I'm just using the natural gap between the box and the colors there. This one, both sides, there's no writing, but some of them I believe do. So I mean, if you are repurposing a planner page, then you get just to choose which one, what side you want up. And then you want to just glue this down. We're not going to be using any more glue for this. And all of the supplies and whatnot will be in the corresponding blog post. And this should be 9 inches tall because the academic planner that I had was a big happy planner, and that should be 8.5 by 11. Now this one looks like it's really close to 9, so that's good. So I'm just going to make a mark actually right here at the top at 4.5. Now if you have a classic that you're cutting down, then you're going to want half of whatever that size is, which I think would be, I think it is still around 9 something, 9.25. I don't know, but I'm using the big that I cut down. It's after work. I can't do that math right now. And so I'm going to draw a line from the corner here where this page touches to that dot we just made, because I do want to make a triangle. And for me, that's the easiest way to do it. Even if it weren't after work and I've got to get up at 4 o'clock tomorrow, I still wouldn't know of another way to do that easier. Okay, so I'm just going to freehand this. Again, even when I have lines, I'm not always the best at cutting, but I just want to cut to the point, and then I want to go back and cut to the next point. And I'll get rid of these. Well, I'll leave one because I'll show you what can be done with it if you're interested. And then I won't fold all the way so that the fold is right there. I'll actually fold a little bit up. And once I fold it, you can see. Now, if you're really particular and you want all your lines to match up, then that's on you, but I don't. So I'm just going to fold, and you can see that there is a gap from here to the top there. And I find that's more functional for me. I never like points, so I'm actually going to round that off. Then I'll just go ahead and corner round it just by freehand. I don't like sharp points. And because you might have guessed we're going to be laminating this, it's definitely going to be a sharp point. So we've got it so that it's open here and it's open here, but that's not going to be a problem. You probably already can tell what I'm making, but let me get a laminating sheet and I'll be right back. Now this project will fit in a just standard 8.5 by 11 pouch, which is what you can buy in your local Walmart. This is what I happen to be using right now. I do have several different brands, but this was the first one to me. And this fits perfectly inside if you put it on its side like that. Now you may want to decorate this. You may want to cover that up. You may want to decorate that side, but I'm going to leave it blank, and when I'm done with this portion of the video, I'll actually show you some options. Now for this little offcut, if you wanted to, you could do origami style, where you fold a point down so that it hits, I don't know if you can see that. So that little point right there, we're going to have touch that right there. And then we're just going to fold that because we do have some dead space here. I'm okay with wasting it, especially on a weeknight. But if you've got like little stickers that you want to laminate, or something like that, then absolutely do that. But that's just one thing you can do with that little cut that we did there. And you're going to want to run that through your laminator. And then I have, through the power of YouTube, I already have one that I've laminated. And then I'll bring that and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so obviously this is a different piece. Again, just for timing, I just wanted to have everything in a row. And so this is what it comes out to. Now normally when you laminate things, they tell you to make sure that you avoid the bubble. However, because this is going to go in our planner, we need this to be perfectly sized. So I'm going to cut right at the edge of the paper. Now, is this going to last you forever and a day? No, because eventually those sheets are going to start to separate. But we are reusing our stuff. We are making it functional in a different way, and really there's no other way that you can do this and it sit properly in your planner. Now all of the other bubbles, go ahead and avoid them. Now you could put this on your cutter and make nice clean cuts, but just to show you, I'm just going to go all the way around. Again, go back down that way. And then that side, it's close enough to the edge that I don't need to do that. Now that point and that point is kind of sharp, so I'm just going to take a little bit off so that I don't get poked. Now, depending on when you're seeing this, I did do a video where I show you, if you don't have a laminator, an option that you can do, and I'll link that below. It was for a micro mini Trevor's notebook, and then you can watch that and you can sort of use the same thing. You could also do duct tape, you could use washi. Again, you don't need this to last you until you buy your new planner, because let's face it, when the new release comes out, you're going to buy a new planner. But you want this to be as durable as it can be, for as long as it can be. Now, you've seen this before if you've seen some of my tutorials. Very gently, you want to run it so that you cut the bubble between these two pieces, but you do not want to cut the back of this. And this one, I don't think I actually folded over. So let me put that away. And because I didn't fold it over, I'm gonna have to use my scoreboard for this, because otherwise it won't fold straight. Had I been thinking, I would have actually folded it before I laminated it. And then, I mean, it'd still be better if you had a scoreboard, but you could still fold it without one. Now I am going probably about 1/8 of an inch above the pocket there, because I don't want it flush to that pocket. That's why we folded it the way that we did in that one I showed you just a minute ago. And because I want to fold down that way, that's why I did the score on the inside. If I wanted it to fold this way, then I would have done the score that way. And then have that go down. As you can see, I did put a sticker on the edge there. Now this obviously is a pocket that you can use for anything, but some of the things that I'll be showing you in just a little while, I think are just really interesting. Now, if you have the Happy Planner punch, then you know that punching through laminate is hit or miss, and you could possibly break your punch. So what I'm doing is just using a single hole punch, lining the top of the hole punch to the top of the umbrella, and then just punching through. Now you're not going to get the umbrella shape, but you will be able to clip this into your planner. And this, I believe I picked up at Target for a couple of bucks. If you can find one at Dollar Tree for $1, even better. Now I do have the arc punch, but the arc punch is shorter. So I'd actually have to cut some of this down, because with the arc punch, it usually starts like around there, because it's just a shorter umbrella than the Happy Planner system. So I didn't want to have to mess with that. And this one's, I guess, not liking being punched through the laminate, because sometimes it doesn't punch all the way through. That's okay, we will persevere. And then you just want to cut a strip in the bottom so that it can click into your planner. Now if you do this and you're doing it all by hand and you find that it kind of sticks, then there's one of two problems. Either the tops of your umbrellas are not fully lined up, and then that's just going to be an issue because it's really hard to tell which one that would be, or these little gaps aren't wide enough. Again, is it going to last you forever? No, but I think it's a really good way to use your stuff. And this is already starting to separate, and that's why we put that glue there. Again, if we did not cut it flush to here, then it wouldn't, at least I don't think it would sit properly in the planner. Yeah, just because of the dimension of the ring to the top of there. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I make cash envelopes, so I have tons and tons of Velcro dots. So I'm just going to put one there and close it up. And there we go. We've got a cute little pocket envelope that we can put in our planner. Now this says meal plan, and you're probably wondering why. Well, I think this would make a great meal planner. Now I learned this trick from Tamika because I don't know if she has any recent, but she used to have some videos where she would do meal planning for the week. And what she did was she laminated a half sheet and then she could write on it. So every week she could put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then tacos and spaghetti and locomoco and a salad after that week we've had, and then ice cream. It's Friday, it's been that kind of week, that's what's for dinner. And then I think this would be great to either store recipes, or you could do a grocery list of everything you need for all of the things on your planner or your meal plan thing. Now, because it's laminated, if you take some hand sanitizer without beads, or if you take some nail polish remover, you can actually wipe the slate clean and start again. I think this also would be great if, okay, so I've got my grocery list there, I've got my meal there, and I can put either all of my receipts or my coupons in there. Now here are two other prototypes. Now this one doesn't say anything. So this could be for your receipts. This could be where you're keeping track of your kids' things or your husband's things or your things. This could be pretty much anything. I mean, it's basically a laminated envelope that you can now write on. And because we have all of those boxes, I mean, the sky's the limit on how you use this. Now this one I did even a little differently because I didn't cut that triangle. Now I like the idea of this mostly because I only use one Velcro. When you do a long envelope like this, then you do need to have two, just because of the way that it sits. But this one also gives us more writing space. So I took some of the stickers from the farmhouse sticker book that my friend Tamika had gifted to me. And on Monday through Friday, assuming that's when you need to do meal planning, I did what's for dinner, and you could write that here. And then on the inside, from the same sticker book, I stuck a to buy, and you could put your grocery list there. You could put the different stores and the different sales that they have. I mean, again, I think this is really cute. And this is just the first planner I had, so this just clicks in. And you have cute little envelopes. Now this is not as wide as a sticker sheet. So in this particular system, you could not store stickers. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could just use two of these sized sheets and then just have an open pocket on the side. Or you could use these two size sheets and then just cut the top and then stick stuff in. Although because it's quite long, that's kind of far that you'd have to reach down. But again, they just all click in here really nicely. And whether you're using a classic size like this is, whether you're using your, let me grab one, Skinny Classic, again, because it's based on the classic size, it fits in perfectly. God, that's sweet. And closes, and there you go. I actually just wanted to pop on real quick. I forgot to tell you what that little piece of paper that we folded over, that corner piece. So if you cut it open like we did the envelope, then I thought it would make an interesting bookmark. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. Yeah, so just a thought how you can use that extra piece. All right, guys, now let me put you back to the video. I think this one is probably the most functional of all of the repurposing projects that we've had. The next one I have is not as functional, but I think is going to be adorable. But those are just my ideas on how to make some of these. And I think these actually turned out so well. I might make a few of these and put it in my shop. Of course, I would cover that up just to make it a little bit more decorative, but I think this is just really functional. I love the aspect of being able to use a Sharpie and then writing on this and then rewriting on this. I think that's absolutely amazing. Although now that I think about this, this could make some pretty decent cash envelopes as well. Now again, just to be forewarned, that is separating. So if that is bothersome to you before you laminate it, go ahead and glue all these things down and then they won't come apart like that, or they won't come apart as much. It doesn't bother me because it's still a laminated piece of paper on either side, so it is still more sturdy than if it were just pieces of paper. All right, guys, well, that's my quick project. My desk is a mess. My room is a train wreck. It's 9 o'clock at night. I'm going to just call it a night. That's it for me. Thank you so much for following me on this journey. Let me know what you would use this little envelope for. And as always, aloha.